What's up, guys? It's your boy T,
It's your boy D.
This your boy Jay.
and we are Unquoted Guys. Today, we're gonna hit you guys with a review of the highly anticipated Project Power. Let's go.
Hmm.
What
You
you
want to go
guys think of
first?
it?
Uh, uh, I thought it was good, but I felt as if they could have done so much more with that, premise. Like they could have just really got more into the drug dealing, like part of the whole film instead of just focusing on this saving my daughter stuff. You know what I'm saying?
I thought it was tough. I think it could have had a little bit more action scenes added to it, but I thought overall it was still pretty good. I was still impressed by it. Like the powers that the some of the people in it had were very cool, I will say. Like they had some pretty tough powers. Yeah, overall I thought it was a really good movie. It could have more action though.
My opinion of it is I like the concept of the movie. I liked Jamie Foxx's character, and I like for the most part. My main problem with the movie was that there's just a little bit too generic, and it was too generic in the sense of like, okay, his daughter as his main motivation. We've seen that 100 different times.
Exactly.
But the one thing I can say that was interesting was that the reason why they wanted the daughter. So I'm like, okay, I can give them that. That was kind of interesting with her with the like her powers is the one thing that makes the pills happen, right?
Well, I would say it's her like either her blood or just something in her body that they take from her and turn it into a pill form because her body has the formula for the pill and they just take it from her, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because she had gotten some of Jamie Foxx's powers for sure, and then was able to utilize that. That's why they're using her as like the main like testing subject for like the rest of the powers when they're experimenting on it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I thought that was mad interesting. So like that's the part like okay, the daughter was generic, but that part was cool. I honestly think it would have just been more cool if he was like just hunting like people with powers for a different reason. I thought that would have been better. Um I thought the girl rapping was kind of cheesy. Like her character was cool, but just like the whole rap thing, I don't know, I thought it was a little cheesy.
I wish they gave her a power. I wish she had like used one of the pills and like she had like a tough power like later on in the movie. But she didn't use like any. She didn't have a power like the whole movie, so I was kind of blown about that because she was one of the main characters like featuring in the whole time.
I mean, that's not bad to have one person that doesn't want you. And like, she even said why she doesn't want to take a power because it's still dangerous at the end of the day because you don't know what power you will get and you might
Hmm.
kill yourself. So like it's really a catch-22. And then she has a mom to take care of because she has a was it like
Diabetes, I think.
oh yeah. So yeah, she had that. So it was like, why risk taking the pill and killing myself and leaving my mom all by herself? You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
Yes, so the general consensus, right, is like if you take a pill, you get a certain power that's pertained to you.
Yeah,
Not it's just any pill you take, you're always gonna have that power though. That's right.
yeah.
Okay. Because in the movie they left it kind of ambiguous. Because at first I wasn't sure if different pills gave you different powers, but it seems like you take one pill and you have a certain power, which I think is more interesting. I think that's interesting.
Hmm.
Because what was it? That cop had a bulletproof skin or something like that, and he took like multiple pills, and like that was the same power he got throughout. So yeah, but I'm just still like disappointed in this film a little bit though.
Yeah, I'm a little bit disappointed too because I don't know. I thought the beginning and the middle scenes were fire. It's
Mm-hmm.
when they got to that final scene, I was so disappointed because I was like, "This is it. This is the climax."
Yeah.
You see what I'm
They,
saying?
Yeah, they kind of just waited for Jamie Foxx's power till the very end. So like he didn't use his power at all the entire movie till the very end. The girl didn't use any of the powers. So it was really the white dude who's like the only one who used his powers like multiple times throughout the movie. But I feel like the main character should have been using like more of their powers to fight some of the bad guys more often.
Mm, yeah, maybe depending story wise, bro. Cause that might not have been a good choice if the good guys use their powers because this like whole movie was like based on kind of like the war against drugs, and it's like, okay, we have to use the drugs to like beat the drug like dealers and stuff like that. That might not bode well. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But and like speaking of the powers, I think they only really showed powers being used like 6 times throughout the whole entire movie. If you really think about it, they didn't really show
Maybe more than 6.
Yeah, I was about to say maybe more than, because you gotta think there was like the ice girl, there was the fire dude.
That's 2.
Bulletproof.
The strong dude who was punching down walls.
And then
punching down doors.
You gotta think about
the flexible dude,
the giant dude,
the dude that had knives coming out of his arms at the end.
Yeah, there was a decent amount. I just thought that there should have been way more. Like the ending scene is really like they're on a ship. Really, like that's the big part. Like I get it. They're trying to say that this was like, this was kind of like in a small town, Louisiana, and this wasn't global yet, so it was very small. They kind of
still testing.
Yeah, still testing or whatever. So I kind of understood that part, but I don't know. I just felt like it was a little bit like they had like such a wild concept. They could have just went harder. That's my opinion. Like they could have went harder. I don't mind that Jamie Foxx had his power at the end because okay, his power is like really powerful. Okay, whatever. Yeah. So I wasn't even mad about that. But my main thing was like, I don't know. This movie to me is just like, it's good, but it always feels like there's something missing. Did you guys get that? Like,
yeah, a little bit. And my suggestion to the film, because remember how the film starts where those drug dealers get the drugs, and then it fast forwards like six to like 12 weeks later. They should have showed us some of the stuff that happened in between that time, and that would have made the movie so much more better.
Yeah, it's wild to like just even imagine like something like that possibly happening too, because it's like when you even saw at the beginning, like they had like 911 calls just ringing like left and right, just like with people just using all kind of powers, and you could like hear them talking on the radio.
They should have shown
about
that,
like all the other powers that are being used.
Yeah,
so they could have at least shown like more people using their powers, like even though it wasn't really pertaining to the plot, they could have shown it more often.
Yeah, that's where I think the movie kind of hits me with the confusion, because when you heard that on the radio, like all these different spots, to me it made it seem like Jamie Foxx was just kind of traveling around and he was doing it, which made it interesting. But then when I just found out it was in Louisiana, that's where to me it kind of disconnected, because I was like, hold on, then why is there all these things on the radio? And like you remember you saw the map, it saw like all these places were like lighting up with people with powers. I'm like, then why are they only showing Louisiana? I don't know. To me, that was just kind of weird. I thought they should have just went global with the plot. I think they should just pick one. It's like they were trying to be global, and then they were just like, no, let's just make it in Louisiana. So I don't know. I think that was a disconnect.
I think the best like form of like media that's done a kind of plot like this well is the Boys, because it's like they took the time to get you invested in this new world that you're in, right? But this movie didn't do that. It pretty much said like, oh yeah, pill gives you powers. All right, let's find the main bad guys and beat them up. And it was like, you should just try to bring us into your world more. And maybe they could have saved like that big company as the sequel like bad guy, and just like have this first film just showing us how people are using this drug to do crime, get ahead in life, and things like that first.
I think no, go ahead, Jay.
Or even like just making a TV show out of it instead of a movie, then you can really dive into it a lot more and go into more specifics and have like multiple episodes and just
do a good TV show.
And just do a whole
season. I thought
it
was a TV show at first. I was really confused when I heard it was a movie. I was like, oh, this is a movie. I literally thought it was a TV show at first. And then I heard it was a movie, and I was kind of like, I was disappointed. But to your point of The Boys, the only thing I could say about that is that The Boys is a TV show. They have more time to build the universe. Yeah. But like, yeah, I think they should have. I thought this was, like I said, I thought this was going to be a TV show. They should have just made it a TV show. It would have made a lot more sense. Not only that, but like, this to me is one of those concepts. Like, certain shows like that have a concept and it can only last like two. Like Empire is a show that could really only last 3 seasons and be good because the concept is not that big. Whereas this show, like the concept is very broad. Like an illegal street drug that gives you superpowers, you can do anything with that.
That's facts.
You know.
Yeah, TV. I definitely thought they should have made it a TV show, but I thought it was still a pretty decent movie. Jamie Foxx was beating up a lot of those dudes, and some of them even had powers, and he was still beating them up. So I give him props for that.
Oh, man.
And the white dude, he beat up a couple people too in the movie. So like they were beating up some of the people that had superpowers and finding different ways to kill them.
I low-key liked him a little bit better than Jamie Foxx. I'm not gonna lie.
Because he used more of his powers than Jamie Foxx. Jamie Foxx only used it once at the end of the movie.
Because I don't know. The thing about Jamie Foxx is like I said, his character would be really interesting in a show, but in a movie, I don't think they did enough with his personality. Because at first, they made it seem like, okay, he's probably a good guy with a little bit of edge, but then the movie kind of went on, and I'm like, he's kind of just a dick.
Yep.
He was just a dick trying to find his daughter.
Yeah, he's just a dick.
Pause. But yeah.
Right. So I was just kind of like, I wasn't too hot on him too much, but like, yeah, I liked, what was his name? I forget the white dude's.
Joseph Gordon-Levitt.
Yeah, Joseph. My bad. I think he did a great job as always. Jamie Foxx was cool. He wasn't bad, but I think what the movie was really missing was a villain.
They kind of had a few villains in it, like towards the end. That's when they showed them, but they were for very short spans. Like the dude that was like selling the power pills, like at the end, they showed him. He was definitely a bad guy, and then that one white lady at the end.
But he wasn't like a very big, like, you know what I'm saying, like a arch rival. Like he wasn't someone that like would need them to band together. You know what I'm saying? It was just generally like they're just against the government, which I honestly think that this movie is actually kind of set up to do multiple movies, which is cool. But I think they should just spin this out and make a TV show. But I really do like the aesthetic of the show, like how they have the pill and they twist it. I thought that was a cool concept.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. I said it was a good premise, but didn't really maximize the potential of that premise.
Yeah, it was wild when that one fire dude had like took 3 of them at one time, like after he had already taken one. So like he just very OD'd and like he just ended up blowing up. That was pretty wild.
Yeah, that was a good scene. That was a very good scene because it showed you like, this is still a, drug at the end of the day. People can OD and die on this shit.
Would you think of MGK's acting?
I thought it was fine. I thought it was
pretty
cool.
good.
Yeah, it was okay. I mean, he didn't have much to really do to show off his acting skills, but for the most part, he was okay.
I don't know. My opinion of it, I don't really, and this is not really like a jab at him. I just don't like when rappers do the stereotypical like, yeah, I'm the hard guy. I'm the guy in the streets. You know what I'm saying?
That's an easy role for them to play though in a movie.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I would give MGK more props if he played like
blue collar worker.
A blue collar, you know what I'm saying? Or like or like a white collar, like, something interesting. But to see him do like a role like that, to me, that isn't even really considered like as acting.
I think it's a way for them to easily ease into like that kind of thing to do. And probably whatever studio or like casting person probably chose him because of his rapping background to play the, drug dealer, hard person and things like that. Because look at Ice Cube. He started out playing hard people somewhat. And now he's doing family comedies, bro. Like,
he still plays the same character.
He still plays the same role as he is. He plays who he is.
I'm saying it's like he's not no drug dealer. He's not some street thug. He's just a family man now.
Just a serious face looking
family
actor.
Man.
So basically, he's just Ice Cube.
He's just playing himself in every single movie.
Still, he's a family man.
You got the easiest acting job in America.
The only time
Be yourself.
So y'all wouldn't do that either?
Yeah. No, the only time he didn't play himself is when his son played him.
Yeah. Pretty much every movie he's in, the director and him disagree. All right, you just play yourself. And that's your role. Right, he's like, all right.
his contract is like, be yourself, be yourself. All right.
Easy money. That's easy money, bro. Shit, I'd do that.
So would you guys take a pill?
Fuck no.
It's that risk, bro. I don't know, bro. It's that risk.
Yeah, like I wouldn't want to. I don't even know if I would take it. I probably wouldn't because I'd be scared that I'd be like the one person out. Maybe I'll take half of it. You know.
You
Does
can't
it work
take
that way?
half.
Or break it in half.
You can't break it in half. You gotta twist it and then eat and then swallow it.
What
That's
if
how
I
you
what if
take
I
the power.
twisted it, broke it, and then swallowed half of it?
Who's to say you can break it?
Who say that you can't?
See, they could have touched on all this shit right here inside the movie, but they didn't.
Yeah, they left that out.
Exactly. But yeah. So none of you guys would take it?
I would take it like if I got to like a really low point in my life, like, and I was just like at fuck it, and then I would just say yeah.
But someone had to pay me, be like, yo, take the pill. And damn, they could even put that in like in that film as well. It's like some rich bastard like pays people to just take the pill to see what happens just to get his kicks. But yeah, like if someone paid me a lot of money just to take the pill to test it out, maybe.
Yeah, I think them pills costed like $500. You ready to drop 500
for 5 minutes?
No,
$500 for 5 minutes, $100 a minute.
I'm saying some rich millionaire pays me like a couple $100,000 just to take the pill. That's what I'm talking about.
I feel like the powers were like just so uncontrollable in the movie. Like everyone that used the power like did so much damage.
Yeah,
or killed themselves.
You know what I thought was gonna happen? I thought they were gonna have like some kind of underground like fight ring where people are taking pills and fighting for their death. That
would have been tough.
That's what I thought.
They should have added that as an extra scene in the movie.
Nah, that'll make the movie too long. But as a like series, that could have been a really dope episode of this if it was a TV show.
Right, and this show could span like seasons. There's so much that you could do with this concept.
Yes.
I just think that would have been really dope. And if they could have gotten to like the political aspect, like, oh, this country got this pills now, so because they have these pills, and then what I'm saying, now they're in political control. Like, there's a lot of like interesting things that they could have done. Because now that like superheroes are kind of popular, like these concepts are happening more and more often. So like, I don't know, I just like the little twist that they had to it. But yeah, I think ultimately, I think I would have gave it either like a 7 out of 10 or like 3 stars. I think it was solid, but it could have been better.
I'm gonna give it at 6.5, and yeah, 3 stars.
Yeah, I give it a 3.5 out of 5.
No, 5 stars. Dope. I mean, you must really like it, bro.
I thought it was pretty good.
Yeah, it's pretty good. It's not amazing, but it's definitely pretty good. It was a good watch. I watched it like an hour or two ago. It was a good watch. Like I said, thought the rapping part was a little bit corny, but besides that.
Oh, she was spitting, bro. What are you talking
She
about?
had bars.
She was spitting, bro.
She could rap really good.
She had bars, but in a lot of like black movies, they always have like stereotypical like, yeah, I'm from the hood, but I can also rap. Like every person in the hood can magically rap and lay a 16 down, and like I don't know. I just don't like that whole thing. To me, it's just like it's very like movie, like Hollywood.
They kind of compensated that for like instead of giving her actual power, they're like, all right, we just gonna let her rap for a couple scenes in the movie.
Nah,
no
I mean,
no
they kind of touched on it too, because remember how Jamie was like saying that's your power.
Yeah.
You don't need this pill to like make something of yourself. Rapping is your power. Utilize that, and that's how you make it out. And then remember at the very end scene, like they like mentioned that she just like dropped a track and she was getting popular or something like that.
Yeah, she had blew up and became a famous rapper.
So that was a good thing right there.
She had blew up.
She didn't blow up like after taking one of those pills, but she blew up in a rapping career.
Right, bro. That part made me be like, oh shit, when the dude in the black mask took it and he was just like, Like you ever see that
Bruh.
Dave Chappelle episode where the guy's head just exploded?
Yeah, that was the funniest Dave Chappelle skit ever.
He just,
That'll forever be the funniest Dave Chappelle's. Clayton
Bro.
Bigsby.
I know that you guys can't see my face out here because it's a podcast, but like, right, it's just so funny. Like he was shaking his head, he's like, "Oh!" And he just exploded, bro. That was the funniest shit.
Yeah, that was the funniest Dave Chappelle skit for sure.
That was too funny. But nonetheless, guys, any closing thoughts about the movie?
It could have done better. That's my thoughts.
Pretty good, just more action scenes, and I would have been happy.
Guys, keep this in mind. Jay's also the kind of guy that likes movies with big, giant apes attacking each other and
What?
sharks.
I like action movies.
His
You like the monster movies, bro.
yeah, he
Giant
I
likes
don't mind monster movies, superhero movies, bro. As long as it's action, I don't
the bar is set pretty low with this guy, guys. Just saying. But my closing statement is close but no cigar. It was good. I can't wait till there's going to be a sequel because you know there's going to be a sequel.
There has to be a sequel.
They got to do one.
So the sequel I think will be a lot better. It's not bad for a first installment. Like I said, I would prefer if this got turned into a show. I don't know if they could afford Jamie Foxx. You know, maybe they get his knockoff for cheap or something. I don't know.
A lot of bucket. Well, I mean, Jamie Foxx's character said that he was done, so he might not even really be in it. You know what I'm saying?
True.
Yeah, that's true. I didn't even hear that part, but
Yeah, because Joseph Gordon was like, so do you like? So is this done? And then he was like, it's done for me. So it was just saying like, I'm done. You can still fight like this drug shit, but I'm done.
Yeah, he's done because he wants to spend time with his daughter since they kidnapped her from him. So it's like he wants to make up for lost time.
yeah, it's definitely doable. Like this concept doesn't even really require those actors. They could easily be like, oh, the drugs spread across, at Los Angeles or New York or some shit, and it's another beat cop trying to fight him. This concept can go on and on, so it's not really specific.
Yeah, because like they can tell so many good stories, like short stories, with this concept, and have each episode just deal with a certain situation and like how this drug can affect people's lives.
Yeah, I think the series could work as long as they keep their episode count down. Because I don't know if you guys have realized, whenever like these shows get these long like seasons, like the show ends up suffering. The show ends up not being as good. The plots end up dragging. So I think as long as they were to keep it to like 12 episodes, but like very focused on the concept, I think this could be a great show.
If they do a TV show,
never say never.
I ain't rolling it out.
All right, guys, it's been your boy T.
Been your boy G.
It's been your boy Jay.
We're out.